Alright, YouTube. This is JJ with the second battle of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Skirmish. High Elves versus the Undead. This one is this one's pretty crazy. This one is pretty crazy for sure. We wound up rolling the assassination scenario, and that is pretty wild, especially given the the armies that we are. Makes sense, trying to kill off the guy. And also with the assassination, we also decided that that would be the last of the games that we're doing, because I kind of thought the High Elves, other than getting like a Sky Cutter or like a Dragon Noble, or just completely starting out with Dragon Blades, I don't know, I don't really see much promise in them. It could be wrong, Reavers are pretty good in this, a bunch of things like that, but I don't know, just they're just as frail as Skaven, you know what I mean? And they cost more. And though they do more in some specific situations, hear me out, they don't do very many mortal wounds. And that's pretty crazy. Especially, like a lot of their benefits go towards bravery, and that's cool. Also, the reroll saves of 1, that's awesome. But I don't know. I think High Elves, I don't know. I haven't completely given up on him yet, but for this day, I wanted to do Skaven, because, Skaven guy. Anyway, rolled off, and the, my opponent, the Undead, he won the roll-off, and he decided that he wanted to be assassinated. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I won the roll-off, and I decided to try to assassinate him. Kill the Necromancer. Awesome. Let's do it. So, here we are. He deploys in the center, and since he deployed first, I'm not really sure if that's the way that it goes, but that's how we did it. He deployed first, and I deployed second. Then we rolled off to see who went first, but yeah, as you can see, we totally have his back, and also assassination, pretty good for the scenario, makes sense. So here we go. We rolled off and basically started the battle. I won the roll, so I went first, and I just unloaded all of these arrows. I moved up a little bit, but just unloaded all of these arrows right into his general, and no one else, just firing away. And guess what? Barely did anything. Oh my goodness, I think maybe it did 1 wound. I don't know. But oh man, bows are not my friend. And see, I had an option to collapse my warband and then start anew, but I got some sword masters. I'm feeling a little good now. I can have 2 sword masters hanging out with my mage at all times, and I don't know, I feel like I got it covered. I feel like I definitely got it covered, but man, I definitely need some mortal wounds, because 15 arrows doing maybe 1 wound. Oh. Very, very serious. So on his turn, he turns around and, faces me. He can't move as far, to engage me yet. So, he took his turn to move towards me, and for good reason. So, here we are. Roll off for turn 2, and I win. So I am going to go again. Right in his face. I am just going to be shooting. Did 1 wound to his main guy, but then he was able to charge, and all my guys are in. My sword masters are right next to my mage. I'm feeling pretty good. And unfortunately, I forget about my dang sword masters. Oh my goodness, I forget about them, and I start rolling off with my captain of the Spire Guard. Oh, hurt me so bad. He uses his turn to use a dire wolf and absolutely murders a swordmaster. Such a shame. And then I attack with my swordmaster. I wind up actually killing a wolf, where I was like, oh my god, like, you know, if I would have just remembered. Then he attacks with the dire wolf again, kills my swordmaster, my last remaining swordmaster. So I'm just left with a bunch of Spire Guard, you know, and a couple holes, but, you know, basically I cleared out the wolves for the most part to the right of the screen, you know, pretty much over here. That was where my swordmasters did some work, but as you can see, that just gave him an amazing charge right there. So really hopeful for these guys to stand up, but -2 guys, so there's really only 2 shoulders in front of that on the next turn. So you know, this is the end of basically the charge on his turn, and my goodness, there was a world of hurt for sure. Turn 2 blew through like that. We roll off for turn 3, and the Undead chooses first turn. Going twice in a row. So, as you can predict, he made that charge. Oh boy, did he make that charge. And his his chariot actually didn't do much. Whiffed a bunch of attacks. Most of the wounds that he got on me, the rerolls of saves of 1 actually came into my favor a couple times. It was crazy. He was making every save he possibly could. The dice were on his hand, or on his side, but on the other hand, there were a couple times where he just, you know, something that was very, very sure, he just had very bad luck. So, I don't know, I guess for all you Fallout fans, he just had a really, really high luck. So he either hit it big or, you know, didn't. But, oh man, the arrows did not do much. Wound up not doing another wound on his guy, or on his White King. Did not do a wound on him. And as you can imagine, it rolls on. I'm swinging back, killing dogs, but after I get the first turn, there really is nothing more I can do. Turn 5, there is a victory. My guys just basically crumble in the end. I wind up basically in a corner with just 3 Spire Guard left, very similar to the last game, and my mage dies. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I feel like maybe if I just field a bunch more Swordmasters, that might be good. Either that or Phoenix Guard. But MVP, definitely still the Archmage. Shield of Sapphire saved a ton of butts. Saved a ton of my soldiers. But in the end, I also feel like Swordmasters, you know, just one attack, killing one wolf entirely. Yes, please. But once again, the dire wolves for the dead. Whoo! 4-up save, 6-up save for final wounds. Man, that is really tough to beat. With mortal wounds, you know, definitely that's a way around, but there are not that many mortal wounds for the High Elves, that's for sure. But if you guys think I should be doing something different, if you have any, you know, pointers for me as far as a High Elf leader or for the dead even, maybe something he could do different that could crush me even faster. And also, you know, a couple rules I may have skipped over. You know, feel free, y'all. This is a learning experience for now. But until then, hey y'all, keep wargaming.